You have a copy of the complaint that you filed? What is this about? This personal injury or something, or is it this is not a landlord-tenant case?
No, it is, but it isn't. It's a long story, but bottom line is every time I want to fulfill my option on the lease option.
So this is a lease option suit
Yes, sir.
in district court?
Yes, sir. We were here 3 years ago, and you wanted to defer the decision until district court made a decision. They found in favor of the owners.
Yeah.
He was required to pay 2 years back rent, leave in 60 days, and pay 2 months rent during those 60 days. That was back in February.
And
Then he appealed it. This is his motion. Appeal was denied.
okay.
Then he appealed that. And in the meantime, he didn't pay rent. So
where is it right now?
So
he's filed an appeal.
he filed a motion to stay with the Justice Court.
Right.
By the way, it was not factual. And we're here to take possession.
Okay.
We're okay with him proceeding with his appeal in Superior Court. He can continue to do that, but we need possession.
I don't see anything in here that says that this is stayed here, except for my stay.
Correct. Oh,
Go
sorry.
ahead.
Here is a motion. All right, let me explain. Point out that date and the date it was filed. Okay.
That's fine.
When I was filing the appeal, I didn't have a lawyer, which the Supreme Court has given me a lawyer now, a pro bono attorney. But according to her, well, first, let me get to that. The reason the appeal was denied at the Supreme Court level was simply because I got some bad information. When I called the Supreme Court clerk, I told them that I was going to file a motion to stay. And the girl in the clerk's office told me, don't worry, but I said, they don't have an actual form for it. I'm going to have to make up my own form. Is that okay? She says, well, we have our own form for motion to stay, and she mailed it to me. And she said, just send us your motion to stay, because all the district court's going to do is put it in an envelope and send it to us anyway. So that's what I did. Then it gets turned down because there's a rule that says I have to file it through the district court first. If you read the whole letter from the Supreme Court, it states that they denied it because I didn't go through the lower district court first. They told me that if another eviction notice was filed, then go to the district court, put in another motion to stay. You'll see that was July 22nd when it was filed. And put another motion to stay. If the district court turns you down, send it back to us again. That's exactly what the Supreme Court told me.
So is this case final?
There's two pieces of this, Your Honor. There's the possession case that you're hearing, and then there's the district court case where he's pursuing, $150,000 worth of damages. So there's two different cases. They're kind of related, but our argument today is about possession. And the Court of Appeals said we have the legal authority to take possession of the property. And he has allowed counsel for the district court or Supreme Court case.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not here about that. That's way above
Right.
my level.
Well, that's way above mine too.
Yeah, it's way up there. So that's, and Your Honor, my clients are Greek immigrants, and they've worked decades to buy this house. It's not some corporation, and they've spent over $50,000 in attorney fees for this case, and they're out two years of rent. I think it's a tragedy that my clients can't take possession of their home.
Sir, this whole thing started 3 months ago
No, this started a lot longer than that ago.
when the hot water heater blew up. And for 2 months, I begged him to fix the hot water heater. I have all the texts here. He told me, no, you fix it. I waited 2 months. He says, I'm not gonna fix it, you fix it. Take it out of the monthly rent. So that's what I did. I held 2 months rent back because it was $28.75.
To replace a water heater?
That's the water heater, labor. They had to cut off a copper pipe in the
They
wall.
always have to do that, but a water heater's $1,000, not $2,000.
I understand it's $1,000, but I found out also what they do is they charge you another $500-800 over that. Ask any plumber. That's where they make their money.
I just had water heaters replaced in my house, 2 of them. This is what I'm telling you, okay? What you're saying right now, all should have, in order for you to challenge habitability.
In order for me to.
For you to challenge habitability because of a water heater, your recourse is
That's
to
not the
listen to me till I'm done, okay?
Sorry.
It is what I'm telling you. You have to post your rent with the court. You can't raise these issues unless you post your rent with the court. That's 118A. You go read it. You can't make this argument without posting your rent.
I did.
Doesn't matter what they told you. The only way you can raise habitability is by doing that.
Can I go on, sir?
Yeah.
Okay. So anyway, I called my attorney. And can I read you what she wrote me?
Sure.
It says, it is my understanding that they are trying to evict you because of the last 2 months' rent. He is bringing up the court award of back rent, which has no bearing on anything. I would tell the court that the Court of Appeals denied the stay because there was no order from the lower court evicting you, and that you have a stay motion pending in the district court. This court is not going to do anything while that case and the appeal is pending. The landlord needs to go to the district court to get an order and cannot do that because the Court of Appeals has jurisdiction over the case. He cannot do this to get around the jurisdiction issue. You are currently not late on any rent payments, and that's the only way they can evict you now.
Yeah, well, I find that you are late on your rent payments.
That I'm what?
You are late on your rent payments.
I can't hear you.
You are late on your rent payments.
I don't owe them any money.
Yes, you do.
I
You owe them
already
rent.
What's that?
You owe them rent.
I paid it.
How?
I put in the hot water heater, and here's this month's rent. My rent's due the 22nd. I got a 5-day grace period. It's only been 2 days. Here's the rent. I tried to give it to them out in the
Your
hallway.
lawyer said the
What's
only
that?
way they're going to be able to stay it is if you get an order from here. I'm going to grant the eviction.
Thank you, Your
Now
Honor.
you can go get your stay.
What?
I'm granting the eviction. You can go get your stay now. Now the district court can give you a stay. That's what your lawyer said. As long as this is pending, you can't get a stay. I'm granting the eviction. Now this is final. Now you can go get your stay.
That's not.
That's what she said. That's it.
So what does this mean?
I'm granting the eviction. I'll give you 10 days to get out. That means that in the meantime, talk to your lawyer and find out what you got to do.
And if the stay is granted, if the stay is granted,
They'll tell you what to do if the stay is granted. I'm finished.
Thank you, Your Honor.
my question is this. If the stay is granted, do I still have to move out in 10 days?
If they grant the stay, the case is stayed. That means it can't go forward.
Okay, if they grant it, do I have to come back here and show it to you?
Yeah, I'll get word if they grant it.
Okay, all right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You need these back?